In this video, we're going to look at the data that we've collected with our 4 chambers and our Gasmet GT5000 analyzer and our Eosense multiplexer. We're going to do that using the Gasmet software. So this is the main screen of the EOS Link MX. You can see we've identified 4 chambers in our measurement cycle. From this screen, you can also refresh the system. For example, if you take away or add a new chamber, you can control the chambers to move up and down manually. And you can also click this button to look at the system info, which gives you a bit of an overview of what measurements the chamber has done, what pressure, what temperature the chamber is reading, and it also allows you to set the chamber timing and refresh chamber data manually. So now that we've got our chambers set up in the field, the first thing we want to do is set up our measurement cycle. So I'm going to go over here, hit change, unclick the use default cycle. And we've got 4 chambers set up in the field, so I'll reduce this to 4. We're going to leave this at a 60-second pre-purge and a 90-second post-purge time. And we'll change the chambers to the ones that were identified. So that's chamber 1 for 600 seconds, chamber 3 for 600 seconds, chamber 5 for 600 seconds, and chamber 8 for 600 seconds. And we'll set the cycle on loop cycle, which means it'll just continue to loop after it gets to the last step. We'll hit OK. And so now our measurement cycle is set up. You can see the 4 chambers have been identified here, and all we need to do is hit start cycle, and we're measuring. So now we have our chambers set up, and the first thing we're going to do is open up the Gasmet software, which is used to analyze the data coming from the GT5000 Terra. The first thing we want to do is set the measurement time, or make sure the measurement time is set properly. So we'll click on measuring time over here. We want to have a continuous measurement of the gas, and our sampling time for chamber measurements to reduce noise should be set to 20 seconds. Hit OK. So now that we've set up our measurement sample time, all we need to do to start the measurement is click the button here that says measure continuous. So now we're measuring from our chambers, and we can follow the concentrations of the chambers using the results view here. And we can also look at historical data that we've already collected using the trend view. So you can see in the trend view that we've got our chambers running. You can see the beginning and the end of the chamber closure period. And you can see, for example, that CO2 during the period is increasing, and in this case, as is nitrous oxide in this specific chamber, whereas in the next chamber you can see that CO2 is also increasing, however the nitrous oxide is relatively stable. Okay, so now that we've collected all of the measurements that we want, we're going to take these data from the Gasmet software and the data from the EOS Link MX software and transfer them over to the EOS Analyze software to process the data for flux measurements.